All right. Emily, can we please have a one-word prompt?
Tanning.
Tanning.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
I mean, it is cold, and we have been talking about like going somewhere warm. Ken, you go to a lot of like tropical places, but any like 3-day weekend or 4-day weekend places come to mind that's warm?
I mean, you could do that anywhere.
I don't.
If you're okay with
not
like
anywhere.
1 day being just traveling.
No. I'm talking about like U.S. Like.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Hey, we're talking podcast with your host Ken and CJ. Say hi, CJ.
Hi, CJ.
This is the show where we talk over TV shows and movies. It's chosen by our guests, and this week we watched Lisa Frankenstein because it's date movie month again.
Where's the voice, Ken?
It makes people uncomfortable, CJ.
I love it.
It's date movie month.
There it is.
Ugh, God.
Woo!
Is Phoenix any good? People go to Phoenix.
People go to Phoenix. My parents go to Phoenix. I think it's for like...
Retirees.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah.
It's okay that they're retired. That's good.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I would love to be retired. I want to do that now.
That's not... Yeah, absolutely. Florida, too. They
No.
go there. No. Jamaica's fun. If you get like an all-inclusive place for a couple days.
Okay. How long
good.
is that, though, of a flight?
It's not that much longer than Florida.
Really?
Just keep going.
Well, yeah, thanks.
That's where it is.
I have a general
You didn't
sense of
know
where
that?
it is on a map, yeah.
Come on. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have traveled, but we don't really travel that much. You guys travel more than we do.
Yeah. And hey, speaking of traveling and the plural that you just addressed, we're joined by my lovely wife, Emily.
Hello.
Who's sitting right next to me.
You're a sweetie.
My
Yeah.
sweetie for date movie month.
Official sweetie.
Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you. I was very excited to be asked back on. I do have to say, though, that CJ rejected a lot of my initial movie choices because he said that it had to be a romantic film. But I maintain that any movie can be a date movie if you watch it with your official sweetie.
I think
Yeah,
that's
but-
just watching
Sure.
movies, though. I don't know that they're dates at that point.
Wow, that hurts.
I mean, yeah, Emily, that's true. But like, if we're trying to have a theme here, it would
Okay.
just be any movie that you could just done anytime. Because we have you on so
Alright.
frequently that, you could have just done it for any of the other times that we have you on. So.
Yeah.
No, what other times I get to come on once a year for date movie month?
Yeah, that's right. You get to.
Yeah, that's true.
It is an honor and
on.
a privilege.
I'm so happy to be here.
What
Thank
were some
you.
of the other ones that you were thinking of that
Yeah, I can't remember.
Oh.
you thought like could be a date movie, but not romantic?
But it's not technically a date movie.
Yeah.
I came in hot with that, and now I'm totally drawing a blank because I'm a little tired. Yeah.
There were like action movies or like, some where I was like, I don't think there's even like a romance in that movie. I think it's at least got to be something involved with like, some romantic interest.
I mean, I don't know. I
Wick
usually try to
3.
pick like sort of more horror adjacent, scarier romances, knowing that this is a collective
appreciate it.
movie date for the three of us.
Thank you.
So try to take that into consideration. Yeah. So I think I tried to pick some that felt maybe a little scarier, where there was a light element of romance. But I mean, hey, you got to stick to a theme. So we went heavy romance with light horror, I think, in the end.
I don't know. I think it's just comedy. I don't think it's even really that romantic. I don't know. But that's just me.
Wow.
The
yeah.
whole thing is about her trying to get like a guy and then they be in love at the end.
Yeah, they're like
I guess.
soulmates.
Maybe
Not even
I just
death.
focus more on the like zombie Frankenstein part. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Is Frankenstein a zombie?
I mean, kind of. I think technically,
Kinda,
yes.
right?
He's undead.
He's undead. Yeah.
But he doesn't eat brains.
I think there's different variations of zombies.
Yeah.
I don't know about this.
Yeah, you're arguing that like any movie that has the slightest bit of like a romantic interest could be considered like a date movie. But I was just like, no, I think those are like either action movies where yes, then on the side something's going on, or like
I mean, Fast and Furious. Doesn't Dom have a wife or something in one of those?
yeah, baby mama.
I could have
Yeah.
picked one of those for Romance Month.
Well, we've done them all. So
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
you could have
true.
picked there was that one interlude short film where it's just Dom and Letty and they're just on a beach making out for like the whole thing. Do you remember that one?
No.
Okay, so it's a romance is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
That one
wow.
is, yeah.
Paul Walker's character, big romance going on with him. Rip.
I can't wait to hear the episode where you guys make Steve watch this and the Tool Man has to come back and talk about a short.
Again, he gets to come back.
Gets to come back. Yes.
That's right. Yes.
I can't wait for Fast X Part 2.
Yeah. When is that coming out?
I don't know.
Not soon enough.
Yeah.
Not fast enough for you?
No. Thank you. That's a great transition there, but I can't think of one to get back to. Lisa Frankenstein. So we'll be talking about that and more coming up on the Overtalking Podcast.
I tend to his grave. I talked to him. I wish I was with you. That's really weird, Lisa. Your hand? I can't believe you're here.
And we're back on the Overtalking Podcast for Date Movie Month. And we're talking about Lisa Frankenstein. It works because it's both quote unquote sexy and it's also my horror movie voice. So,
It's an interesting overlap there. Yeah.
Anyway, Emily, we're going to put 30 seconds on the clock for you to describe this movie for someone who's not yet seen it and tell them what it's all about.
Ready, go.
Okay. Lisa Frankenstein stars the titular Lisa. Her last name's Swallows. It's not Frankenstein. So now I think about it, that doesn't make a ton of sense. But she goes to a graveyard. She tends a grave for this young guy who died like back in who knows. And she kind of has a crush on him. But her personal life isn't going so well. Her mom has been axe murdered. She's got a new evil stepmom. He comes back to life.
5,
they start killing.
4, 3.
Romance ensues.
2,
and they all
1.
live
Time.
happily ever after.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do love that the mom gets straight up axe murdered.
I know.
Such a trope that it actually happened.
By a masked intruder, which like you really hate home invasions.
Yeah.
Was that triggering for you?
No, because it's funny.
Okay.
The mask she was wearing, the killer was wearing, though, was a Bride of Frankenstein mask. Did you clock that?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Right over my head. There were a lot of like callbacks to classic Frankenstein movies though too, like the tanning bed when like it glows and he like sort of like sits up really stiff and like the walk, and there were a few different call outs.
Her dreams, I think she like had the Bride of Frankenstein hair.
Oh.
And stuff like that. The very like
kind of
Marge Simpson hair.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
Straight up.
This movie had layers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure did.
I had to read Frankenstein quite a few times as an English major. Like it is one of the like I think like the best pieces of literature out there, whatever. So you end up having to read it quite a few times, and then like lots of authors do their variations on it, and like there's a lot to play with in Frankenstein. So it worked out nicely. I really enjoyed. But what I'm saying is lots of movie references. Where was the references to, Mary Shelley and like where are our literature call outs?
And which was better, the book or the movie?
Oh, this movie was really great. I liked it. The book is also
basically
really good.
Nothing to do with it, though.
Yeah, basically. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I like that it was set in the 80s. I dig the vibes.
Yes.
It was set in Illinois. Love that.
Okay.
Oh, was that? I didn't even catch that.
Okay,
Yeah.
but it drove me crazy that like they would make Illinois references and the license plates were Illinois, which you pointed out, but then they would go to the cemetery and we're clearly in some sort of like Southern Gothic horror. Like
I think I've been in forests like those in Illinois.
in Illinois.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Playing with my airsoft guns in the wilderness.
Pushing all the creeping vines and all
Yeah.
the lush, moss out of your way.
Yeah,
that
it
you
was
find
believable.
Here.
I buy it.
God.
Yeah, I clocked the license plate. It was like the old school, like where it was just the Illinois license plate just used to be all white except for one thin strip at the top that was like sky blue, and it said Illinois in that blue, and that was it.
Okay.
It's like,
gotcha.
Great design, guys.
Okay,
Very
it could
cool.
be worse. When I was growing up in Ohio, the license plate, it was just a sort of soft brown stripe along the bottom, and
Ugly.
everybody complained it looked like a baby with like a full diaper and like
Smeared it.
Whoa.
yeah, basically across the bottom. So
That Midwest creativity.
yeah, we got
Yeah.
it.
And then at one point, the monster is wearing a Chicago. It just says Chicago on it. I don't know if it was a reference to any sports team, but he was wearing a baseball cap that says Chicago. Not that they have to be from Illinois to wear a Chicago hat, but it was Illinois, which makes the movie better. Getting a point. Getting a point there. We're already at +1.
Absolutely.
It being set in the 80s, I did think about like crimping my hair for this appearance, but I don't have a crimper anymore.
You used to crimp your hair?
Oh, I never had a crimper, but my friend who shall remain nameless growing up in like 7th and 8th grade did. So I would go over and we would crimp our hair, for a night out, which was we rode our bikes around the neighborhood.
Night out on the down.
Yeah.
To the mall.
See, do you remember you used to crimp your bowl cut, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
That look a bowl cut crimp. That would look incredible.
Yeah.
How much would I have to pay you to resurrect that look?
Well, first of all, I'd have to grow a lot of hair.
Yeah.
Cut it all off most of the time.
I've got time.
I don't.
Can you grow out the mohawk and then crimp that up?
It doesn't seem like crimping is good for your hair. It seems like it's kind of like burning it to make it stay in that shape.
Yeah, that's fine compared to everything else you're doing to it. I mean,
everything I'm doing to it, I'm doing nothing. That's why I like my haircut.
Okay, we can't all be natural beauties like you.
I know. God.
Base my haircuts off of low effort.
Fair.
Get out of the shower, done.
Ken, did you ever crimp your hair?
No comment. No,
Photo redacted.
I don't think my sister had a crimper.
Uh-huh.
I think she had a straightener, but I don't remember.
I feel like that was before most of our times. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
CJ, everybody knows I'm older than you, okay? They know. That was a nice try, but everybody knows.
Yeah, you were born in the 80s.
That is true.
Doxed you.
Yeah.
I was born in the 80s too.
Yeah, you both are so old.
An ally.
Yeah.
We're so rad.
A couple months in the 80s and then only 90s.
Me too. Couple months.
Okay. Perfect.
A couple dozen months.
Couple dozen months.
I liked all the bugs that would fall off of the Cole Sprouse Frankenstein monster guy.
Yeah.
The creature, please.
The creature?
Put some respect
The
in that
creature.
voice.
No, he's a monster.
He's credited as the creature.
Did he?
I'm pretty sure.
He
I
is
missed
credited
that.
as the creature, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because I was just about to ask, like, what is his name other than Frankenstein?
It's
Yeah, because they
the
never really
creature.
reference him directly.
Yeah.
I was just thinking like the zombie guy, but
Yeah.
I'm sure they didn't credit him as the zombie guy.
Well, yeah, the graveyard is clearly marked like Frankenstein, but yeah, I don't think we ever see
Right.
the first name.
Well, actually, it doesn't even say Frankenstein. It just says Ein.
Oh, and
Like,
she like mashed
the
them
rest of it's-
together?
Yeah, when she's doing the
That's
etching in
true.
the very beginning for the title, it's like
Yeah.
hanging off of it because Frankenstein
Right.
wouldn't have fit. So
Maybe his name's Frank.
Frank
maybe
last time Stein.
Frank
Yeah.
in Stein.
Yeah. Frank Ian Stein.
That is
I-
kind of fun though. We never know his name. He's just credited as creature.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, you're not supposed to name something because then you'll love it, right? So maybe that's why she holds off.
Maybe.
Yeah. I'm sure they have pet names for each other now.
Do we spoil the ending?
I mean, yes.
Yeah. Skip ahead if you don't want to hear the ending. It doesn't even matter, dude.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't
Okay.
quite see the ending, like the exact details of it coming, but you kind of know where it's going. I don't think it's a big
Yeah.
reveal.
Okay,
No.
so we should say that the way it ends is that they have killed all of these people at this point, murdered,
Yes.
because essentially he comes back to life with a few parts missing or not working. And so they start harvesting the parts from everybody who's ever wronged Lisa.
Body parts.
About the body parts, yeah. And obviously this starts to catch up with them. They're leaving a trail of bodies everywhere. And so it ends with, her suicide, essentially. Yes?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But with the intention of being resurrected as another
Okay, so
zombie.
you think she
effectively.
knew it was coming?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was.
Oh.
I think that was their way of like she was joining him as being like undead.
Right.
I thought we had switched into a Romeo and Juliet sort of situation where like she just did not want to spend the rest of her life in jail. So
That
Well,
was
that
probably
too.
part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think the Romeo and Juliet thing factored in.
Yeah.
But I definitely do think that, the intention was that he would resurrect her when she was dead.
Yeah.
okay, but she comes back as a mummy, right?
Yes.
Well, her skin was so charred.
Right. Yeah. I think the Mummy is because there was a tanning bed and they cranked it up to maximum bronze.
So she's a creature too who just happens to be wrapped in
which
burnt
implies,
paper.
oh, that's kind of funny. It ends with Frankenstein's monster and a mummy. That's cute.
It was nice.
Yeah.
I did like the campiness of the movie overall. Like, they sort of know what they're about. They leaned right into it. It was great.
Killer soundtrack too. I was enjoying any songs that were going on.
Yeah. I felt so bad, Ken, when they started singing while he played the piano. I was like, oh no, Ken's going to hate this. Now it's a musical. It's happening.
It was rough, yeah. Because she's not, the best singer, and it was very cringy. That was a cringy moment for me.
Yeah. I thought she was a good actress, but definitely not a good singer.
Well, part of me liked that because, like, it was more real. It's like, oh, yeah, the average person isn't going to have an incredible singing voice, but she's still going for it. And I'm curious to know if that is actually how she sings in real life, and it is bad, and that's why they wanted to, like, put it in. Or it's like her acting mediocre to kind of make it a little more funny, too.
Either way, it was kind of jarring because as the movie goes on, she starts to wear more what are supposed to be 80s hot outfits. But what she ends up kind of looking like is just Chappell Roan. Like, exactly like Chappell Roan. And so it was kind of weird, like, and then she starts singing, it's like, oh, this is definitely not Chappell Roan, but...
I wonder if Chappell Roan is a Lisa Frankenstein monster. Did she pull her look from Lisa Frankenstein?
That's what we were wondering, too. I don't know.
Huh. I mean, it's a good look. It's in.
Yeah,
again.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Chappell. I waited a long time when we were dating before I sang in front of you because I do not have a good voice. And I think...
Oh, sing now.
Right now? Yeah. Chappell Roan, too, something easy, you know? Just, Hot to Go or Pink Pony Club. No vocal chops required. Yeah.
CJ, start singing so she gets comfortable.
Me.
Ken?
Me, me, me.
That's how people sing, right?
Yeah.
They just say me a lot.
Absolutely.
That's how the Muppets do it.
That's right. That's probably how they sung back in the Cole Sprouse's day when he was alive.
Cole Sprouse is his name?
That's the actor's name, Cole Sprouse.
Oh, okay.
From the Sweet Life with Zach and Cody.
Yes, and also he was Jughead on Riverdale.
Did not watch that.
Everybody in this movie was new to me, and I thought, well, except for the dad, but I thought everybody was pretty good generally.
I forgot to look up what the dad was from.
Yeah.
He's been in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, and always that character, or at least the thing I'm thinking of is like, oh, that's the exact same character.
Character actor. Yeah, exactly. The mom has been in a few Mike Flanagan features.
What are those?
She was in Dr. Sleep, I'm pretty sure, but also like all of the Netflix ones like Haunting of Hill House, Haunting of Bly Manor.
She for sure looked very familiar. I feel like she's been in a bunch of stuff.
The stepmom or the
stepmom.
The stepmom, yeah.
Yeah. She had good stepmom energy. I really hated her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Got me fired up.
I loved that we got to hear the self-help tapes that she was listening to herself around the house about how she's like such a good intuitive person, and like meanwhile she's just this nasty mom.
And then Catherine Newton has been in a bunch of recent good horror movies. She was in Abigail, which came out last year. She was in Freaky, which was a spin on Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's been
with
on
Vince
our
Vaughn.
list.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's pretty good. We liked it.
Okay.
And then she starred in Paranormal Activity 4. In case you guys didn't catch that.
Wait, and who does she play in this?
She's Lisa Frankenstein.
She's Lisa. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Did you like? You said you liked Freaky, Ken? Is that a recommend?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
No, I definitely recommend it. Yeah.
Okay. Is that a similar vibe to this, where it's like kind of funny?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a horror comedy, but more comedy.
Sweet.
Yeah. I thought this one reminded me a lot of Bottoms, which you guys reviewed highly as well.
Bottoms is so good. That was our number one movie of 2024.
That was the number one?
That was.
Did you like this as much as or more than Bottoms?
I liked Bottoms way more.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's Bottoms got like
I also did too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bottoms is so good and so unique. Never seen anything quite like that, I feel like.
You've
seen something like Lisa Frankenstein before?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like the
I have.
the quirkiness vibe wasn't anything new or like
Did we watch this on the podcast, or is this something I watched on my own? I'm now thinking it is something I watched on my own, but Frankenhooker? Do you know what that is?
I feel like you've mentioned it before, but that was not something we watched.
I feel like I found my pick for next year.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Huh.
Except she's a hooker who is brought back to life.
Oh, okay. But she's the creature.
She's the creature. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Goes around. She
Creature of
can
the
only
night.
say like 3 things, and one of them is "want a date."
Whoa.
Sounds awesome.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch Freaky. Okay, we'll have to watch that soon.
It's a date.
Ken, you like this? You like the comedy of it?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I liked it more than the horror parts. I think the horror parts were just for comedic value, honestly.
Yeah,
They weren't
I didn't feel
scary.
scared
No.
at any point.
No.
I don't think
Yeah.
it was trying
Even
to
when
be
he-
scary.
Right. Even when he shows up initially, like as just a swamp thing monster
Mm-hmm.
breaking into her house, it's just funny. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I liked it.
I saw in her room she had Creature from the Black Lagoon posters up on the wall. I don't know.
I feel
if
like
you
she,
guys
she had
that.
like all the Universal monsters. I
Monster
saw
movies.
Werewolf as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Set dresser had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to place because there were 2 movies that they like specifically referenced. One was that super old movie that I've seen in a film class, but I can't remember what it's called, with the moon and the rocket
Yeah.
smashed into its
Yeah.
eye. Can't remember what it's called. And then at one point she's watching a horror movie on TV.
Yeah. What was that?
I can't remember what I don't think it's Night of the Living Dead, but I think it might be one of the Dead movies. I can't remember. Anyway, I feel like my horror fan card should be revoked for not knowing what that is. But
No, that's okay. We can't even remember like actors' names that we've seen a bazillion times.
I know, seriously. Yeah.
That's just the brain.
Yeah.
It's broke.
One in, one out.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should see how well your brain is working now, because it's time for... Hey, did you know that? That's right, for new listeners, this is the trivia portion of our show where we pit our guest and CJ head-to-head to see who knows the most about what we watched. Emily, CJ, are you 2 ready?
Ready.
Yes.
All right. First question. First person to shout out the correct answer gets the point. In what year does this movie take place?
1987. 86, 85, 84, 83, 82, 81, 89.
88.
Okay, that's all the
Yes,
80s.
89.
Yeah.
Great job. CJ, you could have tried.
CJ, you get the strategy, right?
Yeah. I was actually going to guess, and then you went on a rampage, so I
Well,
was like, all right, I'll let her have this.
I guessed, and then I realized it was just first to shout it out. So
Yeah.
no wrong answers.
Thought maybe we would like, you'd say one, and then I say one, and then
Oh.
you say one. We kind of like
She
take turns,
paused.
but
Yeah.
You didn't say one.
Yeah. I feel like you know me, and that was an error on your part.
and you're not competitive at all.
That's my point. Okay.
All right, next question. Again, first person to shout out the correct answer gets the point. This is the feature directorial debut of Zelda Williams. Who is Zelda's father?
Robin Williams.
That's correct.
Yeah. No kidding. Huh?
I knew her name was
Yeah.
Zelda. Yeah.
I didn't know that
He
too,
was
yeah, but
He was a big fan of Legend of Zelda, and he literally named his daughter after Zelda.
That's very cool that like she's also in the biz and is directing stuff.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think she did a pretty good job.
Agreed.
All right, 1-1. Next up, good luck with this one. The first time that Lisa goes to school dressed in what I said zombie guy, but I guess the creature, chose for her with that big dumb hat.
Mm-hmm.
Who did my wife Meg say that she looked like?
Oh God.
It did seem familiar, but my God, am I never gonna guess who it is? It's from like another movie,
Is
right?
it from Clueless?
Yes, that's correct. No.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'll slowly start throwing out clues because there's no way that you guys would
Yeah.
just know this. It's an Amblin movie.
What is that?
What is
mean?
that?
It's a Steven Spielberg directed movie.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to get in Meg's mindset. You're smart.
Yeah.
You're sexy. You know everything about film.
You've got a lot of makeup on, and you've got a big hat.
Oh, the clown from It.
No. they phone home in this.
E.T.
Oh, E.T.
Yeah.
Drew Barrymore dresses up like that, or E.T. dresses up like that.
E.T.
Sorry, yeah,
is like dressed up
Oh.
like that in the closet.
Yeah.
when he's hiding with the
That's-
toys.
Yeah.
I could see
Or
that.
no, she
That's
dresses
good-
him up like that just for fun. Right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Huh.
Anyway,
So this was a
thought
sexy
it looked
E.T.
like
look?
that. E.T. Yeah, sexy E.T. Nice. It's the correct answer.
E.T. call home.
All right. I feel like Emily should get this one, but in one scene, Lisa refers to her Aunt Shelley, who is a reference to whom?
To Mary Shelley, the author
That's
of
correct.
Frankenstein.
That's correct.
That's right. English degree paying off yet again.
dividends.
Yeah. Would you have gotten that one if I gave? If I feel like you let me have that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. It cheapens my victory, but that's fine.
You have
asked.
gotten that?
Yeah, she's Mary Shelley, the author of Frankenstein.
Yeah, she just said that.
Yeah, I do that too.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
We
It's all
believe
tied
you.
up. It's 2-2. So this is the tiebreaker question. I am going to say it, and then on the count of 3, you both need to say your answer at the same time.
Okay.
What is the Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter score in percentage? Just closest. In percentage, this is the critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. 3, 2, 1.
75.
Wow.
Whoa. Very close.
Weird.
To each other, not to the actual rating. The correct answer is 52%,
Oh.
which is Emily is closer. So congratulations.
Thank you. That was
Yeah,
missing.
I guess critics did not like this.
Yeah.
I'm surprised a little bit.
What do you guys think the audience score was?
I'm still going. Okay, maybe the audience will be in the 70s. 72.
See, I would think that the audience score would have been low.
No, yeah, this one to me, I was hopeful, but I get why the critics are like, when they mix genres like this, you're going to get people that are like, this is stupid.
Yeah, and maybe it gets like a little bit of a cult following vibe to it.
Yeah. What was the audience score?
Yeah.
It was 82%.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah,
Nice.
a lot higher.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something that I couldn't fit into trivia, but I thought that was interesting, was this was originally filmed to be an R-rated movie. And they decided that tonally it didn't really make sense for it to be R, and so they went back and they removed a bunch of like drug references. Apparently, rather than drinking they must have refilmed this, because rather than drinking the PCP laced drink, she was smoking a laced joint.
Huh.
And then the scene after they use the vibrator, they're not drinking milk, they're smoking a joint. Swap that out. And then they removed like a bunch of gore too, apparently.
Oh, yeah. They do. I did think that was kind of smart, is that like we don't ever really see a body part get like chopped off, or it's kind of like you see the blood splatter, but it's off screen.
The shadow.
Yeah. The shadow was very funny. Yeah, that was a better choice. And then you have a wider audience, so then it can appeal to like teenagers more and stuff like that. I think this
a
would
smart
been move.
Very strange if it was hard R, but I mean, that's what Diablo Cody's other horror movie with Megan Fox. Shit, what am I
Jennifer's
thinking of?
Body.
Jennifer's Body. That was R, I'm pretty sure.
I haven't seen that one.
Apparently, Diablo Cody has said on the record that Lisa Frankenstein and Jennifer's Body take place in the same universe.
Oh,
Whatever that means.
cool.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Why
This
not?
is the Marvel effect. Everybody thinks they have to build a universe.
I know.
Wasn't it like a very similar plot? Jennifer's Body is that like she comes back to life or something? I haven't seen it, but
No.
not quite.
I think she did she come back to life? I don't know. I've only seen it once. I just remember she like eats people.
Oh.
Like she's a literal man eater. I think was the kind of idea.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
So, but okay. But zombies eat people. So is she a zombie?
I don't recall. Let's move on.
Probably it says good things about the movie that we can't remember that.
Yeah. I just know she holds a lighter under her tongue, and that's like the iconic still frame from that movie.
Huh. Well,
Fun stuff. Well, I think it's time to see what our ratings are. So it's time for ratings.
You've heard us debating. We know you've been waiting. So now it's time to hear our ratings.
Emily, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate Lisa Frankenstein for you?
true to its 80s setting, I was going to give it an 8. I thought that
Okay.
it was really like campy and fun, and I was along for the ride the whole time. And yeah, there's some really funny little one-liners, and the relationships that she has to like her classmates and her stepsister and the creature. It's great. And they kill one guy by cutting his dick off, so that's got to be worth at least a point.
Very funny.
Yeah, 8 out of 10. Would
Nice.
recommend. I really liked it.
Nice.
Yeah, I also wanted to ask how, now having seen the movie, how likely are you to recommend this as a date movie specifically?
Good question.
What number date is it? If this is a first date, I think this is a bad choice.
Okay.
Let's say third or fourth date. How about that?
Yeah,
You're a bit more
little ways into
comfortable.
it, but it's still
Yeah.
it's still new.
I'm going fifth or sixth date.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. What
How far
date
along are
do
we?
you think you need
Yeah.
to be at to watch this with someone? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If this is your first pick out the gate, guy's gonna run.
Yeah.
Unless she's the right kind of girl.
Unless she's Lisa.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Siege.
For me, I think an 8 sounds pretty swell. I'm gonna go an 8 as well. I had a good time. Another one of those movies that I just use the word fun. This is a fun time. There's no tearing up parts, I don't think. Great soundtrack. Just very funny. The dick chopping off and you see the shadow of it like flying through the air is very funny. Just a good time. I would recommend this. And yeah, I would say probably fourth or fifth date territory. You have to know them, and I'm also assuming that like you're maybe going on, if it's early in the relationship, like one date a week ish, around that area. So you've known them for a few weeks by this point. You probably have at least a better sense of like their sense of humor because you've been talking a good amount. So yeah, maybe fourth date.
Okay. Did you watch
Okay.
this with Megan? Was this a
I
date
did,
movie for you?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a date movie for us, I guess. Meg did not like it, so I will say that.
Oh no.
Which I guess leads me to my rating. For me, I think I'm going to do... I liked it more than Meg. I will say that up front.
Okay.
But I didn't love it. Honestly, like Diablo Cody written films are not for me, I think.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
The way he writes some dialogue is kind of strange to me.
I think it's a
especially
woman,
in
right?
Jennifer's Body. But,
Diablo Cody's woman?
oh, I actually don't know.
I think so.
Do you know, Steve?
okay.
No.
I would assume it's a woman, actually. That makes more sense. Yeah, it is a woman. Okay. I'm a fucking idiot. All right. The way that she writes
Yeah.
dialogue, I don't love. But I don't know. I'm going to give it I'll round up. I'll go 7.
Okay.
Still good. I do
Nice.
like it. I do think it's funny. I think overall it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
You
a good
rounding
movie.
up for the dick shot as well, or
Exactly.
gets point.
Yeah, that's what pushed it over. Yeah. And then in terms of what date to watch this with a date, if I were dating, this would be date number 2.
oh
Wow.
wow.
Date 2.
You hear that, Meg? You wouldn't have made it.
No, look, that's the test, right? If they can get past watching bad movies with me, then
Then it's a keeper.
then they can stick around. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. That's fair.
Not that this is a necessarily bad movie, but
Yeah.
it's probably not for everyone.
Yeah. That she didn't like it.
For you specifically, Ken, I'm also assuming the first date is also a movie and the third date is probably another movie. And then the fourth.
That's correct.
Yeah, okay.
Not a whole lot of walking dates.
Yeah.
Probably mostly movie themed
Yeah.
dates.
Okay.
I would love it if they happen one after another and it's the horror movie marathon at Music Box. Just
That'd be great.
24-hour date.
That would be an interesting date. I feel like you'd really get to know each other.
Yeah.
How well you smell after a certain point
Yeah.
in time of not showering, and how well you do with little sleep.
This is like that New York Times quiz where you ask each other the questions that will determine, like, you either fall in love in the hour or whatever. It's like, no, more effective. Music Box 4 marathon.
Yeah,
Be very sleep deprived.
right.
Can we go the distance?
Not a bad idea for any single listeners out there.
Yeah.
Hot tip.
Would you and I make it through a 24-hour movie marathon?
I don't think I would just by myself, so no. I would lose my mind. Like Ken does.
The episode you guys did where you're like calling in every
so
like
good.
couple
Yeah.
movies and like you can just
Brutal.
hear
Yeah.
the slow death that happens to you.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Lack of sleep is not fun.
No.
I am probably going to be there very soon with a child on the way, and it's going to be tough. But I got nothing else going on, and that'll be the only thing to focus on. So we'll get through it.
Nice.
But yeah, maybe I should call into the show after I've had to wake up every 3 hours for days on end.
Please do.
Yeah. Will you be naming her Zelda?
Am I naming her Zelda? No spoilers.
Fine.
So
It's Peach, right? The other princess?
what was it? Peachette?
Peachette from Mario Kart.
Who is Peachette?
Google.
Okay, so we were playing, for background for listeners, we were playing Mario Kart, and one of the characters you can choose is Peachette.
Which I'd
But,
never
like,
heard of.
It's like, who is that? Because, okay, Peachette is a form of Toadette.
Oh.
You could
Oh.
you can transform from Toadette into Peachette in one of the video games, apparently.
What game?
Nintendo's losing their way.
New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. But I think the new Super Mario Bros. Is the one where you can transform. It's like her power up, I think.
Oh.
Weird.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it just looks like Peach. So I don't know.
But small, like in Toad form at least? Like short Peach?
no.
Oh, okay. So it's dumb.
Just
All right,
no.
got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Emily, thank you for joining us. Do you have anything you want to plug or any words of wisdom at the end here?
Let's see. Words of wisdom.
Any advice for someone who's still looking for a Valentine's Day date idea?
Like the person or an event?
An event. Unless you know single people for our single listeners. I don't know. That's not what I was thinking, but
Start plugging humans.
yeah.
Yeah, we haven't decided what we're going to do this year.
yet.
Tradition, we go to a fast food restaurant
Mm-hmm.
because we don't like getting gouged by the restaurants on Valentine's Day.
I hear that.
And
Yeah.
and because we usually don't eat fast food, so it does feel like a treat.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna eat my body weight in French fries. That sounds great to me.
Nice.
Yeah.
I am worried, though, that we do a different restaurant every year. So that means we've got like 4 more years before it's like Taco Bell is our only choice
Yeah.
left.
Well, actually, speaking of very random, but Cameron said some of the best French fries he's had are Taco Bell French fries.
I mean,
Taco Bell has French fries?
That's what all of us said, Ken. That's a great question. Apparently, they do. And he said they're like some of the best. So maybe we do that.
go in and
Emily
order.
looks uncomfortable.
All right, we're doing that. Great.
yeah.
Glad we
Oh,
decided
okay.
it here on the air.
Committed. All right.
You're telling me.
Okay, so yeah, I guess a Taco Bell date. All right, cool.
Yeah, we'll see you there.
Great advice.
CJ, what do we got to plug?
You can follow us on all of the things at Overtalking Pod. Email the show at overtalkingpod@gmail.com. Call or text us at USACat1591 or go to our website, overtalkingpod.party. It's a real website.
And oh no, they're here. It's the Overtalking Overlords. They have a little heart-shaped box for me.
I thought you were going to
Cute.
say they had a baby.
No. Oh God.
Why would they have a baby?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I assume they're taking their cues from you two on life. They keep moving with Ken. If he's having a baby, it makes sense that they would get a baby.
That would be wild. Guess we'll see. But anyway, no, it's just a romantic gesture, and I'm opening up the heart-shaped box, and it's just bugs. Well, thank you. I think they're here to remind you, if you like the show, please go on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and rate, review where applicable. Reviews are what help people find this podcast. Also, we spend any money in advertising, so if you like the show, please tell a friend and spread the word. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And they're gone. But they left the box.
Great.
Off to get a baby now that they heard me.
Yeah, I think they're looking to steal a baby.
Like,
now.
oh, is that
That's
what we do?
unfortunate.
Oh, we're sorry. We'll go get one.
I
Can't
feel like
wait.
they're more about death than they are about life, so I don't know how that would work.
Well,
I think
one of
just
them
stealing babies.
died, right? So it makes sense that there has to be some sort of life cycle of an
Yeah,
overlord.
I guess you're right. If they're not already dead, then
I think they have to have babies.
Oh, no.
stay tuned for more lore about the Overtalking Overlords. Sorry to new listeners. And as we always say at the end of every single episode,
Movie good.
Bye.
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 This episode of the Overtalking Podcast was produced by Ken and CJ, edited by CJ. This week's special guest was Emily. Music by Justin Peters. Logo by Nate Richards. Check out Nate's work on Instagram at Nate Richards Designs.